Is buildmart banned yet? It should be.
It should be, but it's not, unfortunately.
I'm gonna say my little meme about buildmart that I said earlier to Dream, not
Yes.
on thing. I was talking to S Major about how I don't like buildmart, and he's like, "Ooh, just get better at building." And I was like, that's what made me realize, wait a second, I like building games because I've played what's it called? What's the build game on Hypixel called?
Speed builders or whatever.
No, on Hypixel.
Oh, build battle.
Build Battle. I played that. That's kind of fun, right? And I also used to play a lot on Mineplex Speed Builders, which is kind of similar to Buildmart, I guess. Except you don't have to get
You
the
used to
blocks.
beg me to play speed builders with you.
I used to love Speed Builders. I played it a lot and I was good at it. Um, which is interesting because he's like, "Oh, well, you probably just don't like building and you're not good at building, so therefore you don't like Buildmart." And it's like, no, I like speed builders on Mineplex, which is essentially Buildmart, except you don't have to, instead of having to remember the blocks and go get the blocks, you just have to remember the block positions and it gives you the blocks, then you place them. So build speed builders on Mineplex, basically it shows you a build for like 10 seconds, then it disappears and it gives you all the blocks you need to recreate it and you just recreate it. So that game I actually liked and I was good at. But I think what I don't like about BuildMart is like, I guess this isn't really like the game's fault. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But like, I don't like BuildMart because it's like, oh, you have to remember all the blocks and you have to go get them and bring them back. It's just not as fun. Like like if it was just speed builders, it would be fun. But it's not.
But also, like, I feel like it strongly benefits people with, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I just can't like focus enough to literally to remember the builds. Like, I don't like I would like literally not be able to play Build Mart if I didn't have my chat. I just would not be able to play at all. Like, I feel like I would leave and then I'd be like, crap. What the hell did I what was I supposed to get? Was I supposed to get logs? I forgot. Was it Acacia? Was it like I literally within
Yeah.
like 5 seconds I would just forget. Like, and I feel like I'm just it's just because I'm just constantly thinking of like a billion things.
And you know
And I feel like
what?
I can't remember how many. So I always end up getting way more because I don't remember how many at all. And most people in chat don't say that. I feel like I don't even remember what I get, so I end up like spending a lot of time circling trying to go. And then like the actual backed out. Like I think there's some what's it called? There was some post on most times and I was like, I don't know. I was in the top three or something on all of Buildmart for like the most how I efficiently spend my time or something. Which I think was counting like the crafting, the building, and the collecting or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was in the top. I don't remember how many people there were, but I was like in the top. But like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. I really fun build games. I just feel like it's just not it, you know. And I was just thinking, and I was like, I think that they should realistically, like, I don't know, if I was organizing the event, I would just remove Build Mart, and then I would just work on another build game. You know, exactly what they did with Parkour Warrior, where they removed Parkour Warrior, and there was like four events or whatever where Parkour Warrior wasn't in and Parkour Tag was in, and then they added back Parkour Tag because they need like a parkour game. They're like, oh well, Build Mart's. They're like, oh, and then every time anyone suggests that, it's like, oh well, Parkour Warrior wasn't removed. It's coming back. Yeah, it was removed, but it was removed a year ago. Like, sure, I'm fine with that. Remove Build Mart for a year and have it come back later. That's perfectly fine. Go for it. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I just so badly want to win Build Mart or like get like I feel like I just want to get top three Build Mart one event just so I can then like fucking do like a fuck you Build Mart dance and like dance around the arena saying like fuck you Build Mart and be like no one can say it's because we're bad at it. We just got like top three in it.
In it.
I also want to just like that same one just like mute up or something. That way I can just be like, it's literally not a communication thing. Like the best players that do the best at it, they don't communicate like almost at all. Like Pete does like the best, and I watched his last VOD. He like hardly said anything. Like he was just like going back and forth and doing his thing, and getting the builds, getting the blocks he needs. I hate buildmart. I hate buildmart so much. I hate it. I think in my opinion, I think grid runners accomplished what buildmart was trying to accomplish a million times better and a million times more fun. That's my opinion. And it's like obviously there's different things to it. Like I think that Grid Runners is different because obviously there's only like there's like a little bit of the building aspect to it, like a lot less. But like in terms of like the teamwork, the communication, all of that, I think it's a billion times better. I think the biggest problem, like the reason I saw somebody post on the Reddit and it was like a game where I replied to because I thought it was a really cool idea. But it was like a building game suggestion, and like I brought up to Sapnap, and then so I was like, "That sounds like so fun." I was like, "Yeah, it sounds fun, but it's like just the same as Buildmart basically, but it's like just better." And it's like basically like Battle Box, except for you're going head to head on trying to like finish a build as quick as you can, and each player has to like choose a block. Like there's a builds made out of like four different types of blocks or whatever, and then each player chooses whatever block they're gonna choose, and then they run out and they have to like create the build and like finish it before the other team finishes. That's just I feel like that would be so fun. Like I feel like you would like that, right, George? Because that's kind of like speed builders, like in a way, but it's like a head-to-head speed builders versus like an
I
elimination
wasn't
based
actually
like speed
listening.
builders.
Say it again.
All right, here's the game. The game is battle box, right? In a way, like you're both in like a battle box type thing. You know how they have the wood buttons and you choose your kit. The kit you
Yeah.
choose is a block. So there's four different blocks and you choose a kit. And there's a build in front of you and it's made up of four different blocks only. But it's like can be a big build or whatever. And the other team has the build in front of them as well. So each player chooses what block they're going to use, and then you just the thing opens, you run out, and you have to complete the build like before the other team does,
So
and
it's
you get
made up.
like
Oh, it's
points.
made up of four blocks.
Yeah, and you each choose one block like as your
What's the
kit.
point in even choosing it? Like, it's just
Well, it's because like it's different. Like you might like let's say there's one that there'll be like one block that's used more, like more complex. You might want to give like your better builder that block, or whatever.
Hmm.
Like you can strategize based on who's gonna do what, which blocks they're gonna use.
I guess. Yeah. That sounds better. Like that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I would definitely play that. I think that'd be fun. But I feel like that's like legit. Like what? Like I don't see like in that even just with that game as an example. Like I don't understand the compare like where how would that fail versus like Build Mart as an example. Um, but yeah, Build Mart is dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Puns message me. You're just bad at Build Mart. It's a good game. I like Build Mart. Puns. It's not that I'm just bad at Build Mart. I have never enjoyed it. I was on good teams in Build Mart. I think I got third place. I think I did get third place one time with when I was on like S Major's team or whatever. Like it's not. It's just a bad game. There's other games that I'm bad at that I don't enjoy. I mean that I enjoy. Like in my opinion, like I'm there's plenty of games in MCC that I do like subpar at that I enjoy. Like Hole in the Wall. Like I've never thought Hole in the Wall was like a bad game. But I've there's been times where I enjoyed Hole in the Wall even though I was like always finishing behind. I was like I wish I could do better, but like I still thought it was a cool game and enjoyed it. There's like plenty of games like that in MCC. That Puns is the exact type of person that I want to make shut up by just doing good at Buildmart one time and then just say fuck you Puns. Sorry, you're an idiot. It's not because I don't like it. It's because it's a genuinely bad game. There you go. I think everyone that says that, I think everyone that says that is legitimately dumb. Like I think that is a such a dumb argument. It's like the same thing. Like if I was to say that to somebody with like Parkour Warrior, like I think it's the same thing. Okay, everyone who didn't like Parkour Warrior, if they were cracked at parkour, they would have loved it. So that does that mean Parkour Warrior had absolutely no flaws? You idiots! No, that is a dumb argument. That argument has no value to it. If you're bad at a game, in MCC, you should still be able to enjoy it. Otherwise like half the event that isn't amazing at Minecraft would hate the entire event because like a lot of the event is based on skill. But there's aspects to every game that allows worse players who aren't as good to do well. That is literally the point of MCC. Why is Grian, who, in my opinion, is not great at PvP. I'd say he's average at PvP. Why has he killed me like 8 times in PvP games, but I have never finished ahead of Grian in Buildmart ever, a single time in 12 events? Or however many events I've played, something like that. It's like 12 events or 11 events. It doesn't make any sense. It is proportionally disproportionate to the rest of the games, factually, statistically, factually, in every way whatsoever, objectively. So shut up, puns.
Is Pun's like in the Discord? How's he
I'm
hearing this?
guessing. I'm guessing. Or he's on Twitter. But yeah, my point being that there's ways for like players that aren't as good to pop off and do amazing in games. Like I don't think, like, in my opinion, like obviously like Quackity popped off in like Battle Box, right? But you wouldn't say Quackity is like a crap, like a top 10 PvPer in the event or something. But like you have the ability to pop off because other people, you have your teammates there that can like kill, do damage to people, and you can come in and save the day. You can, you can get a lucky combo on somebody, whatever. Where in Buildmart, it just snowballs. It just snowballs, and the better players just do better. It's the same reason, like, as an example, like, I don't know, I guess I don't want to give a sports analogy, but I will. I will though. It's like it's the same reason where,
I
like,
don't want to,
let's
but you
say
guys are making me. You're
no, no,
forcing
no.
my hand.
I'm gonna do it. I hope people should understand. People will probably understand it. But in sports where when there's a playoff and you play multiple rounds, like let's say in basketball, there's 7 rounds, right? Or well, it's a best of 7. So in basketball, it's more likely that the better team, as an example, will win every time. Or obviously there's momentum and things like that. But it's more likely than like in a sport like the NCAA, like for college basketball, where it's one-off games where you play a team one time because they can just have like a really amazing night and beat the other team and get an upset, and knock them out. Versus, like, imagine, like, let's say you're playing somebody. Let's say I'm playing George in tennis, right? I've never played tennis. George used to play tennis all the time. He's cracked. Okay, if I played George in the best of 7 series, he would beat me every time. Like, he would just beat me every time. We could do 100 best of 7 series. He would beat me every time. But if we played 100 games of tennis, I might beat him a couple times at least, right? Or there's times where I might beat him as in an upset. And I think that's the difference with Buildmart is it's just you just do another build, then a build, then a build, then a build, then a build, like hundreds of builds, or you do like 15 builds each time or something. So then the better builders will win every time because they have more versus like one big build where you can just like pop off. Or like if the game that we suggested with Battle Box, where it's like you're going head to head against a team, you could get like lucky against a really good team, and beat them one time where your team just pops off and gets cracked and beats them. I think that's kind of in my opinion, the thing that makes MCC so fun is that like a subpar team can pop off in like Sky Battle by having some awesome strategy or by getting lucky or by, like, as an example, like Wilbur, like hiding in the middle and putting like a cobblestone wall and cobwebs and things like that. Like there's ways for people who are worse to do good. And in Buildmart, there's not. There you go. I'm done ranting now.
That was awesome.
I need to get my weekly fuck Buildmart rant out.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.